What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers have a huge game today. We'll see what happens with LeBron James. At least at the time of recording this video, we don't have word either way on LeBron or Anthony Davis. I'd imagine that LeBron does play this game. I think that the Lakers need him to, because the Lakers they have to get this win. We are at the home stretch here, and we're just not in a position to give away losses, right? You lost to the Kings, which I'm still just infuriated about. Not so much because they lost, right? Losses are going to happen. Lakers got 17 games left? You're going to lose a couple games along that way. But it's the key important matchups. Now, I'm not saying the Timberwolves are that key, huge, important matchup, right? They're not the Kings, the Warriors, the Pelicans, like those teams that we still have to play that are either trying to catch us or are slightly in front of us. But it's still a game now that you need to kind of offset the Kings game, right? If you got a huge win in the Bucks, right? So you're riding this high, you're building this momentum, hopefully that carries over into this Timberwolves game. I would have gladly taken that Bucks loss if it meant us winning Sacramento. Just because, again, the impact and the significance of that game. Well, now you lost that game, so now you need to kind of make up for those games. Because now you don't have the tiebreaker against Sacramento, and you lost a game against Sacramento where if you would have won that, you would have gotten a full game ahead in the potential standings. So now the Lakers need to win at least one more game than Sacramento the rest of the way. So how do you do that? You just start winning a bunch of games. Got to stop this trading back and forth, right? The Lakers in the month of February were excellent, 9-3. Month of March, not so much. Lose to the Nuggets, beat the Thunder. Lose to the Kings, beat the Bucks. At what point do you start rattling off wins here? And you could easily start that by getting a W against the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Lakers got a huge break, right? Karl-Anthony Towns, he's out. Obviously, I want guys to be healthy. I don't want guys hurt and injured, right? I'd love for the Lakers to beat Minnesota fully healthy, right? Really make a statement, but it's the Lakers' job to play the team that's in front of you, whoever those pieces are. And that's part of the game of basketball, right? Just like the Bucks had to play the Lakers without LeBron James. Guess what? The Lakers got the W. Minnesota can absolutely beat the Lakers. Don't let it fool you, right? Even without Karl-Anthony Towns, they could still beat the Lakers if the Lakers don't play the right way. So I need the Lakers locked in, focused, ready to go. I hope that they don't look at it as they don't have Karl-Anthony Towns, so this should be good for us. No, I hope that they take that as hey, guys are going to try to play better. Guys are going to try to play harder, right? They're not going to want to lose to the Lakers. They're coming off of a loss already. They're fighting for the 1 seed. They don't want to lose this game. Minnesota has something to play for. They're not Boston where basically they could lose probably every game the rest of the way and still finish with the 1 seed. They're not in that position. They could easily drop to the 3 seed. I mean, they could even drop to the 4 seed. They're only 2 games ahead of the Clippers. So Minnesota could easily fall back. And I'm sure that they don't want that. They would love to have home court the entire playoffs. So this is a team that's going to take this game very serious, and I hope that the Lakers do the same. I hope that the Lakers lock in, focus, and are ready to go. But we got to start rattling off some wins here. You got to beat Minnesota. Get that revenge game against Sacramento. You beat the Warriors. All of a sudden, you're on a 4-game win streak, and you have the Hawks, the Sixers, and the Pacers coming up. I think they can win all 3 of those games. Now, all of a sudden, you're on a 7-game win streak going into that Bucks game, right? I don't want to get too far ahead of myself here, but in all seriousness, the Lakers are 1 extended win streak away from potentially being the 5th seed. The 5th through 10th is so jam-packed, right? The Lakers are 4 games back of the Pelicans, right? Any extended losing streak by any of these teams in front of the Lakers could easily result in the Lakers potentially being at worst the 8th seed. And there's an argument to be made for all 4 teams ahead of them, right? Dallas has had their struggles. They are on a 2-game win streak, but a lot of that has just been Luka's heroics. Phoenix, they just lost to Boston, but Devin Booker, again, missed the game. He's dealing with injury issues. Bradley Beal, he's only played like half the games this year, so it's a safe bet that he might miss some more games. Top of that, they have the toughest schedule the rest of the way. Sacramento has not been great. They're on a 2-game win streak right now, but they've had their struggles and can lose the Pelicans every year. Just go on the stretch towards the end of the year where they just start falling apart and crumbling. I'm not saying that they will, but they can. It's not out of the realm of possibility that all of a sudden they go on an extended losing streak, right? Like, so my point is that, like, we can't count on that, of course, but one thing we can count out is the Lakers winning games. Do your part, play your job, do your role. You start rattling off some wins here, right? We need D'Lo to continue to play well. I'm not saying he has to go drop 44 like he did in the last game, but, maintain that like 20-point-a-game average. Right? He's going to have a bad game here and there, but the consistency is what's key, right? LeBron James and Anthony Davis are good to go, hopefully, right? Anthony Davis obviously got elbowed by Giannis. I'm hoping it was just kind of a little stainer and he'll be okay. But now we need these guys. Guys got to step up, but all the players do, right? Rui, we need him to have a better game. He needs to bounce back a little bit. Austin Reeves needs to continue to play well and perform well. Spencer Dinwiddie had that huge block on Damian Lillard. Hopefully that's something that kind of gets him going, right? And that is something that kind of builds his momentum and builds his confidence, right? That's what we need. We need that momentum. We need that confidence to get into the play-in, maybe even get into the postseason, not even have to do the play-in. But regardless, whatever it is, we need that momentum. We need that confidence, right? You saw it last year, right? Lakers, they go get the trade. They get all those new pieces. LeBron's out, and they were able to rattle off a bunch of wins. LeBron comes back. They win a bunch of games. They get into the playoffs, riding momentum, riding a high. They're all excited. Next thing you know, you look up, and they're in the conference finals. It's unfortunate how it ended and that they lost to Denver, but still, this was a team that, we didn't even know if they would make the playoffs. We didn't even know. There were stretches where we didn't even know they would make the play-in. And yet they did, and they got in the playoffs, and they won a bunch of games, and they got to the conference finals. And I fully believe they can do it again. I fully believe that they can win the championship. Matchups are a real thing, right? Like, Denver is definitely going to be tough if they end up playing Denver. But outside of Denver, I like the Lakers matchup against everybody else, right? Like, the Lakers, it's not another realm of possibility that the Lakers end up the 6 seed, the Thunder end up the 3 seed, and I genuinely believe the Lakers beat the Thunder in a 7-game series. I think that they kind of just run through the Thunder. I wouldn't be shocked they beat them in 4 or 5 games, right? Next thing you know, maybe you play Minnesota in the second round, right? And let a team like the Clippers and the Nuggets battle it out. Maybe you get lucky and the Clippers beat the Nuggets. If not, then you get to the conference finals, you play the Nuggets, and we'll live with the result, right? Like, don't count the Lakers out. Again, they still have to do their job, right? The Lakers still have to deliver, and they need to go get this win. They got to find a way to beat Minnesota, right? Minnesota, and then now all of a sudden you're on a 2-game win streak. You've just beaten 2 of the top teams in the league. You're talking about, 2 of the top 3 teams in each conference between the Bucks and the Timberwolves, right? Top 3 team in the East, top 3 team in the West. Build some confidence. Now you're high. Now you got some momentum. You got to go into Sacramento. That's not going to be an easy task, right? But maybe you can stop Sacramento from lighting the beam. All of a sudden, you on a 3-game win streak going to the Warriors. Maybe the Warriors don't have Steph again. You can be, again, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy, but it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Lakers rattle off a couple games. Again, in the month of February, they went 9-3. They can easily, especially as we get into the back half of March and April, the Lakers could win 8 out of their last 11 games, right? Let's say Steph is still out for the Warriors game. You have the Warriors, the Hawks, the Sixers, the Pacers, the Bucks, the Grizzlies, the Pacers, the Nets, right? That's to round out March. Then you got the Raptors, the Wizards, the Cavs, the Timberwolves, the Warriors, the Grizzlies, the Pelicans, right? Again, let's say Warriors you beat without Steph. Atlanta you should be able to beat, and they might not even have Trae Young. The Sixers might not have Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. Pacers just lost Mathurin. The Bucks are going to be tough on the road. So that's a game that, let's say the Bucks is a loss, right? They get the revenge game. Then you play the Grizzlies, you play the Pacers again, play the Nets, play the Raptors, the Wizards. The Cavs are going to be tough, right? So let's call that a loss. That's 2. Got to play the Timberwolves again, but you're at home, right? Okay, I think you could beat the Timberwolves again, and they're not going to have Karl Anthony Towns. Warriors, that's going to be a tough matchup. But let's say they lose to the Timberwolves, right? But now all you got are the Warriors, the Grizzlies, and the Pelicans. If the Pelicans have like the 5th seed locked up, they might just sit and rest everybody. So that could be a win. I mean, seriously, there's maybe, once you get past this little stretch of the Timberwolves, the Kings, and the Warriors, there's only like maybe, let's call it 4 or 5 games that the Lakers should have a hard time with. I mean, any team can beat anybody, as I always say, but the Lakers should handle business against most of these teams, especially because they need it. But it starts with Minnesota. You got to beat Minnesota. You got to start making up some of these wins. Go on some win streaks here. Rattle off some momentum building W's. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Do you agree? Disagree? How do you feel? What are your thoughts on my points? Do you think the Lakers handle business against the Timberwolves? Do you have concerns that they don't? Again, however you feel, what your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.